We have got quite a view here, haven't we? I can't wait to expand it even further. It feels so good to finally have a real place to hang our hat and feel like home. Although, do we have to still call it Danielle's bed? I mean, I'm the only one that's ever rested my head on this pillow. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Subnautica Below Zero. And I've kind of been rushing a bunch of new discoveries because Alan just keeps throwing them onto my PDA and HUD. But I think we need to revisit a couple of places we've already been. I mean, how many times have we turned away from some new biome or discovery only because we didn't really have the means to go as deep for as long as we'd like to? Of course, we can't forget that having access to the moon pool means that we can now customize our equipment. So let's see what we can do with Yield Sea Truck. There is a certain color scheme that I always went with in the last one. So now we can make you that nice bright blue shade with a stripe of, where do we put that? Oh, that's like that's the opacity. The big bright stripe of orange, if we can find just the right spot. As for the interior, you know we gotta have it in dark mode, right? And because you are a big, loyal beast of burden that gets us where we need to go and carries all our stuff with us, we shall dub you Patience. There we are. And I believe if we run around to the other side, we can see that name reflected. Let's go. I can't lie, I do become sort of paralyzed when there's so much to be done, especially when I have a limited amount of time to record each episode. But this thing is energized, and we are... Oh, you know what, actually? First of all, I really like the dark mode interior, especially with the bright blue outside and how much it contrasts. This game is a screenshot desktop generator. We should probably charge up the prawn independently. It's a bit of a delay, but it's still something we should do. Let's just make sure that you can dock with this. You can.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Meantime, I do potentially have an errand we can run. And it's something I've wanted to get going for a while. I'm only noticing it now because I've noticed that our food is becoming an issue, and for once in this save, we don't have a nutrient block to bail us out. If we were to take, say, an exterior grow bed and put it right on the platform here, I wonder, hang on, I'm cooking with this one. Look at that! Look at that mountain underneath that planet's moon. Actually, it's kind of funny how even though we're in a completely separate part of the world, we're still underneath that same sky feature. I mean, I suppose it's all the things that seem so obvious and simple that are the most striking when you really take it in and notice them. If we take the last of these shrub nuts, which don't seem to have... And maybe they've regrown. We can probably go and put those in said grow bed, right? Where are we heading? Right this way. Oh, those lights. Lights are a beautiful thing when you realize that a world without human society is mostly dark. Actually, that's not really the case below the waves. We can probably put you guys in here. Thank you very much. I come right here. Can I place you? I actually can. I'm a little surprised that I actually can. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know. But if not, I'll just eat it later and try again with something else. I could... If we can make them as inefficiently as this, just kind of build a dedicated room for it. But as it stands, we have got plenty of water. I should actually start looking to nearby fish as a food source. After all, they are edible, and we do need a use for all this tons of salt. How do you guys feel about being eaten?
Discovered.
Really, I was pretty sure I had already scanned you. This technically isn't our first time eating fish, because we had those that were cooked by the thermal vents below. Which means that there technically is no threshold being crossed, no moral event horizon. Which means we're all good in the eyes of God. Plus 23 food, minus H2O. But that keeps us going pretty well. Alright. Let's hope that's not too much of an affront to this world. Now, when I think of depth and missed opportunities, I can't help but think of the mining base that was around the back of this island. So let's follow this ridge around this way, and we should be able to locate it fairly easily. There was a piece of alien technology down there that we could re-enable the beacon for, but let's test our navigation skills for just a while. And hopefully avoid the giant shrimps. I still haven't been able to get a good scan of them. I have to build the stasis rifle. I hadn't seen how deep this is from this perspective. Weird to think we're only about 150 meters down. Yeah, at this rate, we might have to enable that navigation. Something's taking bites out of us. Yep. As far as I know, there's really no way to evade these things in the sea truck once they're chasing you. They'll get their 6% no matter what. There's a little gap down here. Maybe that's something? Did I say little? I meant absolutely huge. Now, I know that the entrance was down at about 300 meters. But we may have found something else entirely. There's definitely something here. Nope, this is it. This is it. And Mr. Rock Puncher is already hanging out guarding the entrance. Thanks for keeping it safe for me, buddy. We'll take it from here. Now, the sea truck unfortunately couldn't get through there. But the prawn sure can. Oh, right. You know why I thought it was that deep? Because 150 meters was the maximum depth of the sea truck at that time. Let's go. Oh, right. The elevator isn't working. Guess we'll have to call a technician or do something awesome. Is there any way to get that vertical thrust to go downwards? Anyway, it may be somewhat dark down here, but the thing that saves us is we can always just follow the rails. Wait, did I just see you pull something up from the ground? Oh! Okay, you will aggressively defend your territory. Can I pick up what you put down, so to speak? Ah, we can! You pull up solid materials that we can break open, presumably something of a mystery box.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, well, I have a feeling we'll win that punch fight, but I'm not actually looking to get into a boxing match with you. There's a bunch of you. The alien artifact was over there. But the main mining pit was in this direction. You know, if this really goes very far, it may even be worth it to construct a new temporary base here. What are you looking at? Ooh, a vein of titanium. I wonder if we could actually drill this if we had the appropriate arm. There we go. And there we go. Might as well stock up on stuff while we're here, right? No reason to go up empty-handed. Oop. Okay, it's just posturing. You don't seem to be trying to get at me. Actually, you guys eat the rock grubs. So maybe that glow ability is actually not the best adaptation ever. You know, I really thought this went down a lot further. Seems like we're pretty much at the end of our rope here. Well, no matter, there's plenty of other places we can explore while we're at it. Oops. Ah, that's an anticlimax. Unless, what's over here? Ooh, maybe we're not done yet. Hang on, let's climb on top of this netting. Unfortunately, in the prawn, we can't look directly upward. Ooh. But there is more to see. I think we're inside the mountain now. Hang on. What are these outcrops here? Yes, okay. If we can get our hands on a bunch of lead, we've always had a shortage. There's plenty of silver. There we go. It's used in so many things. Alright, moving on. Now this is the kind of thing the prawn was meant for. Energy efficient, able to maneuver in tight spaces. Able to do what it needs to. Sure, I guess we might as well take titanium while we're at it. Can you fit through here? You might be a little tall. Nope, you made it. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. God, I love the prawns so much. Creature egg. You know what? Let's start collecting these. Evidence suggests that a substantial number, if not all, of the local species reproduce through egg laying. Eggs can be found resting on the seafloor, buried beneath detritus, or even wedged into cracks in the rock. Different species likely favor different biomes as their nesting grounds. Eggs discovered in the wild are in some form of natural stasis, likely awaiting ideal conditions in which to hatch, or the delivery of some vital enzyme which will kickstart the process. It is impossible to calculate the species of the egg from the exterior. However, it may be possible to stimulate a hatching response if the egg is relocated to a suitable alien containment unit. We can even have one in the back of our sea truck if we so choose. Lead? Sure. Not really worth the space. This has to be leading somewhere, right? And if anything can survive this intense heat, it's the prawn. I don't even have any reason to be here, as far as I know, but I've got to check it out somehow. There is more. Like, I just keep viewing this from the perspective of there's gotta be some reason why we can come here. Yep. We are now at 111 meters. Multiple ways to drop back down. You know what? I think I know where this is going. I know precisely where this is going. Can we just barely squeeze through? Feels wrong. Up. And please no bunk. We bunk. Oh, but there is a way. Yes! I think this is where we got the sea truck before. This was as low as we could get it. Ah, that is so cool to see this come full circle. So, one thing I like is that there's actually multiple ways to find each location. You know how in Skyrim, every dungeon has like a back door that only opens once you've completed it? This way, it may be hard to find, but it is there. And now would be a great time for us to jump onto the scene too. See, take that, lady. We can do it ourselves. And see how our garden is coming. You guys are still growing. You'll take a while, but that's fine with me. Look at you. You even sit down, all politely waiting. Okay. That jump jet isn't nearly so great on this side of the water. But you know what? I've actually just realized we never really explored the island fully. We've never been down this pathway, for instance. Look at me now, guys. Who's laughing now? Wow, these guys really just do not care at all. This one's even approaching. I'm sorry, are you posturing at me? Or maybe they think I'm their mom. Maybe they're waiting for me to dump ground up fish guts into their mouths. Could I become an emperor penguin of sorts? Alright, you guys hang around. I may raise an army of you later. Why does it feel so appropriate to be trudging uphill in a snowstorm in this thing? I think this might be my version of, like, gender euphoria. Anyway, where's... Oh, there's some things over here that I want. Hop up here with a quick burst. Oh wow, that is a small gap in the rocks. Couldn't have lowered yourself a bit first? Battery? Look at that, you even stood up to get out of the way. Wait. Okay, I can still get in. Disinfected water. Do we have a nutrient block? Thank you! You just extended this trip by a ton.
Vital signs stabilizing.
We'll actually wait until we need you. What is back here in the meantime? First of all, some minerals. Hello, is that some kind of beacon? Maybe that's what led us here in the first place? Wait, we can't seem to crawl under there, but there are diamonds. There's all kinds of minerals that just shouldn't be here. Wait, did I just see something I could scan? I could have sworn. I can scan you. Hang on, wait, hang on. No. Don't go anywhere, please. Skyray. No, come on, don't be a cave bat. You're a sea creature at heart, like a seagull. I guess you're versatile. Don't fly into the rock, making you impossible to scan. Oh, there's one. Ah, they are behaving in a very glitchy fashion in here. Wait, is this some kind of nesting ground for them? Maybe they really are cave dwellers. Oh my, look at that view. Well, we could dive down. Oh, we're never gonna have a better chance to get some scans. Come on. Don't make me get the grab trap. Yes, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Thank you. The Skyray has a bird-like head and feathered wings which enable it to fly. Skyrays are commonly found circling floating structures and rarely venture far out to sea. They will perch on dry land, but are prone to flee on approach. Although its wings give it some resemblance in silhouette to the waterborne rays on 4546b, analysis shows no greater genetic overlap with those species than the planetary average. In fact, the Skyray appears to have split off the evolutionary tree much earlier than most. Their diet is largely seed-based. Skyrays have not been observed diving for food, which implies they rely on land-based plants for their survival. Presence may indicate nearby dry land. I don't know where these lights are coming from, but they are pretty. You guys have a real good spot here. Don't let anybody tell you different. Oh, there's a cave entrance right over here. Actually, it's just alongside the stairs leading upward. Wait, no, we haven't been here before. Hang on, we may be on a pilgrimage yet. Oh no, it just leads right back into the abandoned base. Oh well. Huh, all that just right over here. It's crazy the things you find when you pull threads in a game like this. That's what I love about there being multiple ways to discover something. But we still come out fairly close to the prawn suit. It doesn't feel so close at a time like this. Can we slide ourselves down carefully? And yep. Ow. And yep. Well, that's on me. Anyway, even though I can see predators just salivating for me down there, we take the plunge into that world we know more intimately and head back to our sea truck. Imagine if there was somebody waiting in the sea truck, waiting for us to return to help us out, and then we just jump scare them coming from a completely different direction. Anyways. Yep. We may have found some cool things here, but not what we were looking for. However, Alan has told us where we can do such things, and there is one a kilometer in the other direction. That's a direction we haven't really explored very much, so I am eager to see what's out there. I mean, even though this is the 5th episode now, we've pretty much stayed entirely in the southeast quadrant of the map. But it's not like it hasn't been keeping us busy. It's not tunnel vision, it's just trying to open up every possible path we can find there. And, of course, some new ones along the way. Where you guys have to look at that. From above, it's like floating eyes staring at us from the abyss. You'd think you died and entered some kind of afterlife seeing that. Eye jelly. The eye jelly resides in deep waters. It is made of 3 distinct body sections: tentacles, the main body, and the bell. The end tentacles are covered in bioluminescent nodes, which attract prey. When the tentacles are touched, they emit a shock through specialized cells called cnidocytes. Within these cells are venomous harpoon-like structures called nematocysts, which are triggered by touch. The eye jellies gently drift with little locomotion, though they can track movement with their large, singular eye. Have you just been sitting there watching me this entire time? Who am I kidding? Of course you have. Hang on, are we seeing frost along the edge of our vision? Our thermals are actually going down here. This is cold water. How deep are we? 116 meters. And what material are you? Is that copper, maybe? Copper, yeah. Alright. Taking a little bit of a detour. I want to see what's over on this side. I don't know where I am exactly, but the beacons give me a rough idea. Check behind us for caves. Is there a cave? Nope, just a real deep pit. This is the deepest ice we've observed. You know, wait, I'm gonna surface for a little bit and see what's up here. Ah, There's one of those whole fish. It's like passing through a river canyon. Oh, is there something big down there? Nope, just weirdly loading. Alright, let's get as deep as we can. I'm telling you, games where you can freeform explore and are actually meant to get distracted may not be for me, because even though I enjoy the heck out of it, I'm going to have a really hard time keeping this organized now that we're in a whole new area. We are about to hit our limit, though. See, now this area is starting to feel a lot more like the original Subnautica. I'm thinking this may be as far as we can go. This is probably a map boundary. I don't even want to take the prawn down there, because we're not going to have any way to get back up if there's nothing for us to perch on. We can, however, always take the scenic route back. Look at that wall in front of us. That mighty glacier that extends all the way down to the seafloor, actually making contact. Alright, let's see what we can see. Can't help but think of the leviathans we'd see if I tried to go any further, even if I didn't go deeper. No, there's just a giant iceberg here. I mean, at what point do we just consider it an island?
Warning. Entering ecological dead zone. The prospect for survival is fast approaching zero.
Ow! What was that? Oh, it's one of you guys. Okay, you seem to be some kind of, like, frost variant. Well, let's get on out of here. He just took a big old bite out of me. I was like, it's okay, I'll stay close to the surface. Nope. We are simply not meant to go this way. Some games have invisible walls, some have minefields. This game has Reaper Leviathans. Although you're more like the one we saw over by the gardens. Remember how huge these things looked in the shallows? They seem almost normal sized here. But back into that river canyon. There must be something to do on the surface here, right? I mean, yeah, this is basically the worst way to navigate this area. But I just keep thinking, maybe we can climb on land somewhere. Do you know why I actually had that compulsion? This is a really weird memory, but I remember years ago when I was in like 6th grade, I was homesick and just really, really down. And I was just completely fever delirious, and I remember playing bully to try and pass some time, and I'm laying in bed totally out of it, and I just randomly decide, you know what, I'm gonna just swim out to sea and see how far I get. So I do, and it's taking forever, and I know there's no reward, but I'm just killing time. And I go around an island at the outskirts of the map, and I see an area where I can actually walk on shore. It's not just cliffside. And so I walk up there, and I find a pirate. Just like an old-fashioned Captain Feathersword pirate just walking around in the sand, and I run over and I beat the crap out of him, and it gives me a hat or something. I thought I was completely delirious from fever. I did not think that any of what I was seeing was real until I came back on later and saw that I still had the hat. What was I talking about? Oh, right. That's why I always try to find land in places where it looks like there isn't any. All tangents aside, I did spot an interesting little fissure in the ice back here. And it looks like you guys are congregating inside of it. Well, you know me, if I see a line, I have to find out what it's for. Let's be really careful not to bump into anybody while we're at it. Becoming a bit of a tight squeeze. We haven't observed any offensive capabilities on these guys, but that doesn't mean we want to offend. Look at this. A narrow gap between the seafloor and the ice creates sort of a cave. Perfect spot for these guys to hide from predators. There's still a path through here. Peepers, you guys are just everywhere, aren't you? This is starting to become kind of tight. We could bring out the prawn, or we could just take the sea glide. I have spare batteries. Go sea glide for now. Laser cut to release oxygen. Hang on, wait, we do have a laser cutter. No, wrong button. It does take some time. And some battery. Here we are. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's just pockets of air trapped underneath all this. That is so cool. Ooh, and we can scan this ore vein. There's mining opportunities here. Resources behind loose rock. Copper and silver. Oh. Oh, there's things to be done here. Okay, I'll take a couple. We don't need all of this. But very, very good to have. I can't be the only one who loves this, right? I mean, look at this. We're just sitting in a comfortable little room under an ice glacier at the bottom of the ocean. Watching the little creatures that live here slither by, getting resources that I have exclusive mining rights to. It's just like the fairy tales Daddy used to tell me. Note, Daddy is an oil baron. And apparently I'm a 19th century child of wealth. What are you? Hydrothermal vent. I swear we've read this already, but we can use them to warm up if you'll have a look in the bottom. We may be flying too far from the sun by exploring these caves this way, but I imagine there's multiple entrances and exits. No, thing is, I don't know if we're able to turn around in here. So, just like a real truck, we need to find some room. Oh, what kind of resources are those in there? I may have gotten us stuck. Magnetite! We haven't even gotten this stuff yet! Magnetite is an iron oxide valued for its magnetic potential amongst other qualities. It is used in many Federation technologies, including sonar and torpedo systems, essential for advanced fabrication. Okay, well, we're taking all of that. Turning around has been quite the pain. Look at us swimming with our little group of buddies, the peeper and the bladderfish. Alright, but get out of the way. You don't want to be steamrolled by this thing. It significantly outclasses you in terms of weight, thus making it an unfair fight. Are there further downward areas? Not that I can see. Alright, I think this is how we're gonna have to hope to get out. I love this dark mode change. Being able to walk around in here when it looks like this, it really does feel like it's nighttime. Yep. Only the nighttime is indoors instead of out. Anything in here? More magnetite. Could always use more, considering I don't know where we find it. Let's do some scouting while we're at it. I see surface. Ooh, this surface may be contained entirely within the glacier. And there's new predators. Hang on, let's get some oxygen before we deal with you. Oh, somebody else has been here first. Look at you! You're somewhat amphibious. You actually walk with feet. These might be the first feet we've ever seen in Subnautica. Let's go try and get your autograph, I suppose. As bad of an idea as it may be. Oh no. Please don't be mad. Please don't be mad. Please don't be mad, Snowstalker. Snowstalker? Are you maybe evolved from the barracuda-like creatures we saw in the Kelp Forest in the first game? You've got a mighty roar to you. But ultimately it seems like your motivation is territorial rather than predatory, so that's good news. Snowfox fragment. Okay, hang on, wait. We need to get some heat. We need to get some heat. Let's get down to those vents.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
Yep. Way ahead of you. We're gonna bring the sea truck up here and continue exploring this. Change of plans. Alien artifacts can wait. Sorry, Alan. Now that we have some alone time in the ultimate man cave, let's sit back here in our reading room and see what we've got. So many new things. But what we really want is to learn about the Snowstalker. There is a bit of a family resemblance. The Snowstalker is a bear-like evolutionary offshoot of the aquatic stalker native to the warmer aquatic biomes of 4546b. Snowstalkers are typically apex predators in their biomes. They operate in packs. You mean we got lucky only encountering one? And are primarily land-based creatures, but will enter the water to hunt and defend territory. Notable physical attributes: thick, hollow fur that secretes a thin layer of oil keeps the Snowstalker warm in Arctic climates. Modified dorsal fin aid in aquatic hunting. Cyan bioluminescence on the tongue and tail help the pack stay together during winter storms. Avoid: if entering Snowstalker territory is necessary, sources of bright light and unpredictable noises have been shown to deter attacks. Okay, so maybe we can try a flare against you? Oh no, we need Liam Neeson for this one. Out of my way, penguins. I'm far more advanced than you. Alright. I like to leave you poking up when we do this. Feels more natural that way. Now, I believe I saw blueprints for what may have been a new vehicle. And blueprints for what may once have been a new creature. Hello. Can we really not scan that? Okay, back to the place we know, though. Are you a new type of rock? Nope. Oh, wow, we are really losing heat quickly here. I'm hoping that these lights can lead us to a friendly base. One of 3. The Snowfox is a one-person hover bike, hello! Designed for fast traversal over a wide variety of terrain. While providing little protection for the pilot, the Snowfox can easily outmaneuver most threats, especially when upgraded with a jump module. Just don't try to take it over water. It's a high-speed hover bike with an onboard headlight and will make you look cool. Other ground vehicles are rabbits in its headlights.
Hypothermia imminent.
That did not take long. Then again, we did just come out of the water, so I don't know what I expect. There's a cave down there. Yep. Oh, that's not deep enough. Oh, that's not safe enough. Alright then, let's try going the other way. Steam vent. These glacial steam vents, or geysers, are periodic intense hot water vapor eruptions that emerge from crevices in the ice sheet. The temperature of the steamy water eruption is hot enough to cause severe first-degree burns in any accidental bystander, though standard Altera multi-purpose dive suits are sufficient for averting skin damage. You mean we can stand right on you and be fine? That's what I took away from that. Very nice. Technology saves. We really don't have much ability to climb up uneven terrain. Okay, noted. Beware of fallen icicles. Ah. And it seems we do find some survivable level of warmth in the cave, even absent those lilies. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you and your young. Oh god, what was I thinking, wandering into a cave? What are you guys? Fevered pepper tree. The fevered pepper tree produces fruits with high levels of capsaicin, which helps raise body temperature and stimulates blood flow. You're spicy. Oh man, we are so full. But the main thing is that it adds to body temperature. Okay, we definitely want to bring these things back and start farming them, or just build a base here. Okay, we're running, and we're running, and we're running, and we're leaving you alone. Thank you very much. Now let's complete the Snowfox. Oh, don't need to look at it again. Front vase plant. This species of terrestrial plant bioaccumulates iodine from salt frozen in the ice. As a result, these plants yield components that can be used in the chemical purification of non-potable water. I just love how every new location reveals pieces to the puzzle that you didn't even know were meant to be solved. Thankfully, these plants seem to be abundant here. Ooh. Ice stalagmite. I wonder what makes them glow if it's just ice. These ice stalagmites are inhabited by extremophilic bacteria capable of surviving and reproducing in freezing temperatures. This is possible thanks to antifreeze agents secreted by the bacteria, which keeps the cell environment in liquid state and prevents destructive ice crystal formation within. Marbled anemone. These terrestrial anemones are sustained via a commensal relationship with small clusters of fungi that feed off the anemone's slimy secretions. No way. It's like some kind of Arctic cherry blossom forest. It may be a dangerous, hostile world, but it simply never stops feeling like a snow globe, something made up. Frosticacia. This unusual multi-trunked tree is highly adapted to the harsh conditions of its glacial environment. Nutrient sources are infrequent and limited on the glacier, and these trees create fast-growing root systems that search out rocky material trapped in the ice. The dense foliage captures energy from the sun via photosynthesis, and provides a sheltered environment for the growth of its bioluminescent fruit. Oh my god! You know, you just had to go and ruin the moment. Alright, I saw some Altera tech over the other way, so let's go there and not in Jerk City. See if I care. Actually, I've completely lost track of where I was going. Hang on, never mind. I may need some additional time in Jerk City. Let's eat one of those fruits. I need it. It's not a building, but it's something. What were they doing out here? I mean, besides research. A flare.
Dangerous weather approach combined
Water
with a frozen
purification
water
tablets.
source. Water purification tablets can create drinkable water as you explore the snowy surface.
Wait, does that mean we actually can use the snow for this? Or power cell. Snowfox jump module.
New technology acquired.
Okay, yes, we definitely need another base here. Because this is a whole thing. Ooh, and a first aid kit. Just what I wanted for Christmas. We need to warm up. Yep. That was not enough. Frosted sinew tree. Sinew? The frosted sinew tree is a large plant that collects bits of snow along its thick red stem. Snow is 90% air and can provide insulation, which helps prevent the formation of ice crystals in more vulnerable intersections of the tree. The surface of the snow eventually hardens into a layer of ice, but it still prevents the body of the plant from reaching dangerously cold temperatures. Fortunately, it does not do the same for me. Oh, it is so dangerous for me to be out here, and I could bring the prawn up. That's one possibility. I bet this thing could fistfight one of those stalkers. Another one of you. But once more, we don't have the ability to crouch. Or at least I don't think so. This whole thing is collapsed, but maybe there's a longer way around? There is so much. I need to figure out where we are on the map. Let's just be careful not to fall to our doom in the process. This takes us back to the entrance, and I think the entrance is where we shall build. It doesn't have to have all the creature comforts, just enough to keep us going. Having the fabricator module would negate the need for such things, but I'm sure we can make do with what we have. So, that habitat builder. Oh my god, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck! Maybe this isn't the best spot. We don't actually need the base if we have the prawn. Isn't the best thing, but it will have to do. I just gotta be careful not to step on any of these little guys. Once more, a hole we can't crawl through. And another as well. Alright, once more into a cave. Because it worked out so well the last time. Right, there's the little ones. There's got to be some reason to come here, right? Snow sucker fur! Well, that was a whole mauling. Okay, well, all you've told me is that I definitely need more of that. Get it? Get it? But what do we do with it? That's the question. The babies are cute. The babies are actually adorable. We can scan them. But Mama doesn't like us being around them. Okay. There's more, even deeper in the cave. Were some people on this expedition actually crazy enough to go set up shop in here? I almost didn't notice this because it's in such a dark crevice. What is... I don't like these sounds I'm hearing and the sudden change in ambiance. More water purification. What is this thing? Gotta thank Sam. From Sebastian. This cave is fascinating. There's some sort of biofluorescent fungus in here. When I shine my flashlight on them, they start to glow. It's beautiful. A relaxing moment on this barren planet. Also, I'm setting a reminder to thank Sam. She's been a bit down lately, but she really is amazing at what she does. She let me borrow an early spy pangling prototype to get into a couple of small spaces down here that I couldn't squeeze into. That's how we do it! We use the spy panglings! Maybe I'll get her an extra ration of dessert. Or give her some extra vending credits. She could use a pick-me-up. That's what it is. We shine a bit of light and we get a bit more in return. That is so cool. We could even get quartz from in there. More magnetite. We probably have about all we need for now. We could try and jump our way up here. Get silver and copper, which we don't need more of. Glow fungus. The glow fungus is commonly found in dark caves and is marked by its exhibition of biofluorescence, a unique ability to absorb and emit electromagnetic radiation. This is not to be confused with the process of bioluminescence, which many underwater life forms exhibit on planet 4546b. Bioluminescence is a chemical reaction caused by the molecule luciferin when exposed to oxygen. Whew. I just almost slipped in an ice cave in the dark. Which is really a number of things going wrong all at once when you think about it. More silver and copper, those things seem to go together. Most use we've gotten out of the flashlight. Seems like down here there's enough of a glow that we can kind of last off of that. Are we full? We are not. And you're about to be full if I can't juke you. Nope, you didn't see me. I'm not even here, actually. I don't understand how you could be so wrong about having seen something. Oh my god. Well, that sucks. That sucks a whole heck of a lot. Oh, we came out on the complete other side. Well, at least we know that everything here is interconnected. Now we've got that. And we're back at the platform. Look, these things glow red at night. We're actually getting to see it now. There's another cave entrance here. I keep slipping and getting hurt. Nope. Nope-de-dope-de. That artifact is pretty close. Tell you what. Why don't we hide out among these guys? They'll shelter us for sure. Maybe if we come a little bit further back in their cave? Anywhere we see these bones, I have to imagine there's unfriendly things somewhere nearby. Titanium, yep. Yep. But look, there's plenty of copper, silver. We've got everything we need here. We just have to scavenge it in a different way from what we're used to. It took all this time, but it actually did fundamentally change its gameplay. Alright, look guys, I'm gonna do the coolest thing for you. What do you say? We upgrade your accommodations. Oh, we're not gonna be able to do it here. Wait, maybe? Oh, it can even be elevated. This is so dumb. I've never built a base above ground before, but like, why not? I wonder if it'll actually have need of oxygen. Oh, look at that! No, we totally can do this. It's totally intended, because if the entrance is jutting out, it'll have its own little staircase.
Weather approaching. Seek shelter.
I know just the thing. It even has a different door.
Warning. Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Wait, are you going to tell me that this thing is air... Okay, no. I was going to say, are you going to tell me this thing is airtight and I can actually suffocate here? Because that would be extremely funny. The real issue here is going to be getting quartz. Of course, we can always find some inside these caves, the last place I want to be. Once again, you did not see me. It sounds a lot like you did, but if we can lure you this way and come out the other end, we can take advantage of your primitive brain. There's another exit there. So being at this central location is good. There we go. We just need one more to make a fabricator. And a bunch more to make anything useful. Hug the walls. That'll confuse your pathfinding. Get inside. Please, just my kingdom for some quartz. If anything, it just goes to show that we need to bring some back. Oh right, I just remembered you were amphibious. Please don't exploit that against me. Oh, but we do potentially have a shortcut there. Wait. You have a dock here. And we can get some fiber mesh. It's not what we need right now. Oh god. Oh my god! Well, that all just simply sucks, doesn't it? Nope. Oh my god. As long as you can get far enough away, you're usually good. Now I'm just gonna stop. So these things must be some kind of receiver for the spy penguins, because we found these at every place where there's a place to crouch. There was one on the other island as well. I'm curious to know if you guys will even mess with me while I'm in the prawn. Ooh, there's another thing over here. Let's have a look at you. The cool thing about the prawn is that it's also heated, nice and toasty. You know what else is heated? My GPU. Let's go. More water purification. We'll leave this stuff for the time being. More fiber mesh. And another nutrient block. There doesn't seem to be anything we can do with this one. We can use the fiber mesh. If we could build a fabricator to make health kits, we could do that. So, caves, huh? We've had great luck with bees. Parvon, he was part of the expedition. Security.
Strange place for a security bunker.
Did the person who worked here also live in storage?
Kind of. I thought that would close the door behind me, but I guess we can't have that luxury when these things are about. No way. And here we were building a base. You even kept your own sample of stalker fur. Photos on the wall of things further ahead, but that doesn't look good. Is it possible that this is where they found the frozen Leviathan? The one that had that type of virus, or bacteria, I suppose. Parvon's bed is surprisingly nerdy from what we've heard.
My dearest Adeline and Rosita. Not dearest. Who says that anymore? Adeline, Rosita. Everything on the mission is going very well. Do you see now? Your doubts were unfounded. I am loved here, and... no. Rosita will say, Papa, why do you have to brag all the time? Papa, it's embarrassing. I want to apologize. Okay, no, that's taking things too far. I know we didn't leave things on the best note, but I want you to know I love you and I miss you. I don't know why I say the things I say sometimes. They just come out. I was going to send you a message saying how great everything is here and how everyone loves me. I've had a promotion to a very important security dossier. I'm treated like a hero. But really, this is a cold, wet planet. The scientists are full of themselves. There's no action to speak of. The only thing I look forward to is weekly games of Alien Intruder, but more than that, of coming home to you. I am sorry for all the times I did not appreciate you, of our family, or the good life we had. And who am I kidding? I can't send this. What's the use?
Well, I can at least make sure they hear it. Family that doesn't necessarily appreciate you. You really showed them by recording that apology and dying.
Seek fluid intake.
Okay, I could definitely use a fridge. Now.
Vital signs stabilizing.
We really are actually out of water now. We've been out here so long, but that's okay, because now we can get water from snow.
If you're not cheating, then you won't mind if I record this conversation. Is that right?
This
I
still
have nothing
going?
to hide.
Then what were you whispering about with Vin?
Nothing. That guy is so lawful good, it's annoying.
Wait, so you were trying to cheat?
But no cheating occurred, so what does it matter?
It matters to team morale. If you can cheat in the game, how can they trust you out there?
I'm sorry, did you feel left out? Perhaps you would like to make a deal.
Ugh, Parvin, no. You're shameless. You really never give up, do you?
I don't. That's true. Have a manual put that in my next eval. Very persistent.
Let's go see what you were working on, although I have a feeling I already know what that is. Wow, a fabricator can do some crazy things.
What happened here?
I sense many things here. Death among them.
Well, we're off to a great start then. Let's make sure this moment is right by turning off all of these beacons. Oh my god. Not only is that a real creature found encased in here, it seems to be infected with Kara. I mean, we knew that, but I thought it would be like a Reaper Leviathan, not just... Well, let's go scan it. It seems to be land-based. It kind of looks like those are maybe legs. Tusks. We are sure it's dead, right?
This was Sam's necklace. She never took it off.
Oh, that's just another scanner. Hers, I guess, but we don't need it now.
My investigation of the fire excavation site, including the cave entrance and surrounding area, revealed minor cosmetic damage to Altera survey equipment and significant structural damage to the natural cave entrance and supports. Resulting debris prevents cave access without heavy excavation equipment. Only foot access is currently possible. We are reporting 2 casualties, Pavan Ivanov and Samantha Ayu. Both bodies were found beneath the rubble at the cave entrance. Ivanov had just entered the cave. Footprints were still visible by the entrance. Deeper into the cave, Ayu appeared to have sustained a fall. Poor souls. What was Ayu doing? Nothing in her file suggests a history of vandalism or carelessness. And yet, I can only conclude that the cause of the collapse was employee negligence. We will need to investigate a possible connection to the explosive damage reported at Omega Lab. If there is a connection, who is responsible?
It appears that your sister's death was accompanied by significant destruction.
Doesn't make any sense. She would never destroy a base. Well, baselessly.
Are your feelings confused? I am detecting more than one.
I don't know. I feel disillusioned, worried. I thought I knew Sam better than I really did. When we were kids, I was always the one breaking and rebuilding things. She wouldn't even go into a bake sale without a plan. For classic oatmeal cookies, no less. So serious. She wouldn't have anything to do with my molecularly transformed caramel pretzel lumps.
Your mind goes easily to food. To distract you from your feelings.
Okay, I think that's enough mind reading for now. This wasn't negligence. That's not Sam. This was something else.
Well, I thought it was pretty clear. She wanted to make sure that what's in there never got out here, and more importantly, back to where we came from.
Calorie intake recommended.
Patrol log, excavation site, day 33, morning. I thought I saw something moving on the screen, but it was just that I sneezed. Wiped it off. Fred's not convinced the Leviathan is really dead, but I've never even seen it blink. Nevertheless, I am now undertaking the mandatory foot patrol. Inside the cave, confirming a whole lot of nothing. Creatures still dead. Cave still boring. I miss the mining site. At least you could talk to people. Oh, wait now. What's this? A rock! I found an interesting rock. That makes 3 this week. The others will be happy to have a friend. Concluding patrol. Perimeter secured. Nothing to report. End log.
So I'm not the only one to have the thought that this thing might not really be fully dead. Is that what I think it is? Spy pangolin fragment, yes!
New technology acquired.
We have it. The spy pangolin provides new avenues for researchers to access natural above-ground habitats. It is especially effective at maneuvering through spaces otherwise too small for humans. Penguins are highly active creatures who are protective of their young penguins. In order to better study these energetic denizens of the Arctic region, Altera scientists on 4546b had to think outside the base. A well-known phenomenon, the V casus principle asserts that in order to best study fauna, one must become the fauna. Scientists across the stars have used this basic principle to infiltrate and observe alien creatures of all sizes and dispositions. Doctors Casus, Curtis, Tucson, and Macbeth pioneered these accomplishments. Inspired by this, and after months of trial and error, first spy pangolin was crafted at Phi Robotics Center, bringing about a new era of exploration and excavation across all operating outposts. Warning: research to create a waterproof edition of the spy pangolin was halted due to compliance concerns. Currently, contact with water will result in complete system failure. Features include fully customizable outer shell to replicate any small bipedal creature, 2 all-terrain tracks for smooth movement over rough conditions, remote controller for operating at distances up to 80 meters away, atmosphere dependent, 4 storage slots so they can grab things, self-destruct option in case of danger or immobility, arm with 3-pronged claw for picking up samples, fully detachable camera with 180-degree rotation to observe spy pangolin and surrounds. Wait, that sentence is a little weird. The spy pangolin, sit back, relax, and let the robot do the hard work. I don't know, I'm a lot more hands-on. We don't need all this water purification, but we could potentially use some lubricant later on. An advanced wiring kit I will have. Where to go first? Do we take the elevator up? We can. It seems like we penetrated the ice at 2 different levels, above and below. Synthetic fibers, fiber mesh, silicone, rubber, it's all here. He said he's never seen it blink. What happens if we do? Stand by? Stand by for what? Insert sample requires injectable container to function. We can do some testing of our own? You know, in a game full of wow moments, it's really difficult to have a really standout jaw-dropper. In the first game, it was towards the end when we found the containment unit. This is kinda this game's that, I imagine. We can stand the frozen creature's skull. Frozen Leviathan skull. Lots of room for a brain, but it's mostly bone and fat. Kara infection pustule. Environmental conditions and subtle mutations suggest that this variant of the Kara bacterium's rate of transmission is somewhat lower than that of the widespread outbreak previously reported on 4546b. That's good. The bacteria's capacity to survive for a long period of time off of the Leviathan's corpse suggests highly efficient saprophytic properties. Scans indicate the pustules are merely the visible component of a dense bacterial network feeding off of the dead cells of Leviathan. Despite the risk, further research is recommended. So we need some way to retrieve that. Yep. Frozen creature's teeth. You're really tempting me here, huh? We are at jump scare alert 5. Sharp teeth for tearing through flesh and bone. I don't know what Parvon is talking about. I can't help but feel watched when I'm in that room. Prawn? Don't suppose we can use it ourselves. Hydrochloric acid. Perhaps we can learn how to make it? Frozen creature's claws. We've researched the entire frozen Leviathan. We found this thing buried in the glacier. gave someone a hell of a fright. Turns out it was walking around 1,000 years ago when it fell through the ice. It was infected with the Kara bacterium, the aggressive disease which wiped out the architects, and almost life on the planet. It is unclear whether the mutated Kara pustules present are responsible for the ultimate demise of the creature. Since the enzyme cure was released on 4546b, the bacterium has been all but eliminated. Rare specimens like these provide our only live source. Research on the bacterium has been transferred to the secure Omega laboratory, while further research on the creature will be conducted at the excavation site. So you shift this stuff around. The claws evolved to retain traction on the ice, so it was a surface dweller. Even if it does get out of this thick ice, it's trapped down here, right? Yeah, you were just in the process of mining your way through, but you're compromised, I think. You look to be damaged. So that's the next place we need to go. We probably need to go to the Omega Lab and bring back stuff to put into that sample examiner. Okay, we need to get out of here. I think I've done about all I can do for now, but this would be a great time to check our maps. So if we go here... Wait, no, I've had it all wrong. This is the mining base over here. I think you can see my mouse cursor. Which means there's something more in this direction and something more over here. That, Omega, is where we can find the research facility. Oh, there's some more supplies around the corner in this cave. Ow. I'm really annoyed that it injures me every time I get out. Fiber mesh, lubricant, first aid. This is all just good to have stuff that you can't really get here otherwise. The only thing is that my limiting factor is still quartz. There is still value in building a self-sufficient base here. It gives... like, this landscape will give us most of what we need, but we need a fabricator first. Hello, you guys had one of these going up here? That is so annoying. Have we climbed this way? Some more titanium. Some more boxes. The game just crashed. Okay. Let's all just be cool. You don't really seem to want to square up with me, which is wise. But I need to figure out where that ladder was. There we go. Flare. More things to explore up here. This whole glacial outpost is kind of the gift that keeps on giving. And its final gift may be some ice straight to the face. Lots more magnetite. Maybe I should just stock up. It's in abundance here, but this is the only place I've found it, and navigating here isn't exactly easy. Great, another cave. Please, just let me jump up. You. YOLO! Don't get caught on the terrain. Don't let this be a dead end either. Yep. Okay, I'm leaving. No, when I'm not wanted. It's just that, you know what they say, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Oh, there's another piece of quartz, which means we have what we need for the next stage of the base construction. Now for this, we may need to be able to climb on top of this structure. There we are. Ow. and build ourselves first order of business. Solar panel. Solar panel is even more important than the fabricator. We can come back with stuff, but it's got to have some power before you can even use a fabricator. There we are. And we just need to get back here with a whole haul of quartz. But that'll be in the future. This game is something else, and I just can't help but think about how far away from Earth all this is. How all of this should be so far from any of humanity's problems, and yet, here we are. We can't help but explore. What we're doing here is just an extension of the entire species doing what it does. I do have to wonder if Alan isn't just a little bit impressed with us in some ways. Honestly, with Robin, I really couldn't think of a better representative. I guess we should thank our lucky stars he didn't encounter Emmanuel first. I can't believe this whole thing, this whole thread we've been pulling has only been because we found this before we managed to get to that signal we were heading towards. This game is just distractions on top of distractions, and it's great for it. Issue now is going to be navigating out of here. I think I'm going to need you guys to move out of the way here. We could gently boop you, but you don't seem to get the message. Is that the way out? Because if so, that's really annoying. I definitely don't want to try and skate past you on the Sea Glide. Oh, okay, we can go out this way. I thought I had seen something to this effect. Here we are. That beautiful little habitat we saw coming in, it turns out, was basically just the entrance to something else altogether. Well, thank you for letting us use your doorway for a while. Now, this artifact Z13 is only 400 meters away, so even though I'm approaching the end of my record time, and this is already going to be a longer one, I think we have time to at least go see what it is. This is only 50 meters down. I don't believe it. It's so dark, these huge creatures. Only 50 meters. But this too is in amid the ice. This may be it for the old sea truck. Maybe? I don't feel good about this. I don't know if I'll be able to get it back out if I go in too far. But I'm sure the prawn can manage it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Our people explored this place as well. Every time I think I'm exploring something new, I find out that this stupid research team has already been here. Almost like they had a whole team and way more time than me. Okay, so how do we get up there then? There's a tiny sliver of land here. Alright. Well, I guess we really didn't need the prawn then. Pouch bulb. The pouch bulb grows in clusters with an intertwining root system that filter water into its pouch. The root system has antifreeze proteins that prevent the formation of ice crystals in intracellular structures. Once the water is pulled into the pouch, it is stored for later use. However, the pouch is also lined with antifreeze properties, making its contents unfit for human consumption. Well, unless you want to poison your neighbor or something.
With this artifact, I am again able to trace the imprint of my people. They survived for a time, but then their presence becomes faint.
I'm really looking forward to knowing what this is. They seem to be some kind of, like, networked banks. Energy generator.
New technology acquired.
And now we have the ion battery, which means we now have earned the right to have a headlamp. Dude, I was using those to read in bed when I was 10. We need alien technology for that? Scans indicate that this array of alien hardware serves to accumulate and quickly release megajoules of energy, and is charged by ion cubes stored within. These supercapacitors may be used to smooth transient power events on the conduits connecting various architect sites. Alright, well, I'll take a couple of those. Being able to use ion batteries in all our tools would give us a good use for these things. Hopefully we can find a generator for them like in the first game. I do get the impression that I'm supposed to have been taking these things with me all the time. It's just, I don't know. Kind of feels like grave robbing. I've always been averse to taking them. Are we out of water? We actually are. Huh, we can't mess around with anything without a fabricator. Well, I guess we were in the right direction anyway. Look at this. In the daylight, with the storm having passed, we can see this huge bridge over here. Collapsed, seemingly. But there is more to be found. I don't even know what to say.
Calorie intake recommended.
Yeah, I really just can't stay here. Quartz, we can use that. Violet snow cone, what do we learn from you? The violet snow cone is a large surface plant that gradually sheds its stem, creating a melted appearance at the base. Over time, the shedded material begins to harden, creating a thick protective shell around the stem of the plant. This shell creates an obstacle for animals trying to get to its nutritious flower and water-rich interior. Hang on. Will a knife do it? No, sadly not. Okay. Alright, they did a lot here. They did a lot here on the upper levels. But unfortunately, I'm just too worn down to actually effectively explore right now, so I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make a run back to base, build some technologies, and then come straight back here. But all that will have to wait until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. Oh. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Guys, I don't understand. I mean, I know it has positive reviews, but how can you not like this game?
Emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
Oh good, just what we need. You know, it may be noble to plant trees you'll never stand in the shade of, but planting trees you'll later eat from is definitely also good. Okay, what can we drop for now? Well, we can eat that.
Vital signs stabilizing.
We really just need water is the main thing. Thank you. And thank you. And thank you. Well, that'll keep us going for now, at least until we can get our hands on some of the stuff we've been making back home. Hello everyone, and welcome back, once again, to Subnautica, below zero. And last time we made a ton of discoveries at a distant glacier, and we've got more to make now. Hello, Beacon, have you respawned? Oh no, we left you here. We need to head back there, but right now we're just trying to focus on survival. We let ourselves run way, way down. But we learned a lot in the process, and we've got some more building to do before we return. Mainly, we actually found the Leviathan that we had only heard about when we first arrived on the planet. The one that's at the heart of everything that I believe Sam was trying to prevent. Our shrub nuts actually have come in, but they're looking a little clippy, I guess. Anyways, we have got plenty of stuff to bank. We're actually going to need more storage. And I do think it's high time we started to expand this place a bit. Let's put away Sam's charm someplace safe. I wish we could just put it on the desk right here. That hits hard. I had held out some hope that maybe they were lying about what happened to her, but it seems like even if there's hope for the others, there's none for her, and that's awful. But here we go. I'm thinking if I remove this right here, we'll just move this to someplace else. That was a horrifying sound. We should be able to move that upgrade console over to somewhere more like here. I think that makes a bit more sense. Then look. Oh yeah, I'm not making the same mistake as in the previous series and waiting way too long to actually focus on building. Now, we can take one of these guys. We're gonna need some more titanium. Oh, this is so much fun actually. Then we go... Yep. And then the way this works, they should connect right onto each other, right? Yeah, okay, there we go. I was gonna say, can we make this even more fun? Not in this way, but I do have an idea. Thankfully, there's a lot of quartz here. Need a lot of quartz so I can make a lot of glass. Need a lot of glass and quartz so I can build stuff over at the Arctic outpost, but more importantly, I need it for prettifying my own living spaces. And besides, I've still got some more time to spend here before I can go out again. Because there's a couple of loose ends that I still want to tie up in this area. Thankfully, this is a great place for a base, because it's so central and it has everything. Lithium, quartz, titanium. Now, anything that is clearly not going to be used for a pathway is going to get some extra hull integrity. There you go. Each one gives us a lot, too. And we're actually going to modify an existing hallway. We're going to remove this one here. And instead, take one of these. We're SeaWorlding it up in here. There we go, because what's the point if we can't see anything, right? And then we're going to take one of these guys. We'll want to remove that solar panel first. We don't actually even really need it anymore, honestly. Although we could keep one in reserve. And stick that right there above that reactor room. Oh, that is starting to look really cool. Look at the way that tether just angles straight down onto the vent. Well, that can't ever backfire. Let's see if we can do this from inside. It should work, right? Let's climb upstairs, finish that. And that is looking really cool. That is looking so cool. Both of those reactor rods still going strong. Look, we can even see our mobile vehicle bay. Sleeping right here. Oh, it's such a childlike sense of joy I get from every little aspect of this game, how smooth it feels. Like, it all just looks so awesome. And knowing that it's all ours, knowing that we can do whatever we want with it, that's an even better view of than the observation deck. There's still things to find on there, but my goal for right here is just to get a bunch of plant pots going. We don't have any interior grow beds, unfortunately. I'm not quite sure what it's used in yet. Ooh, ion battery, right. Right, we can make ion power cells that'll last way longer? Okay, all of this just got a lot more useful. I say that especially as I've got my stuff charging in the other moon pool. May even be worth it to have 2 moon pools just for the charging capacity. Now we shall have even more storage capacity. And that's looking pretty good. One other thing I'm thinking about doing, a hatch, right? Oh, there's not going to be any room. But there is right here. Where should I put this? Maybe right here in the corner, because I can't place things there anyway, and that could interfere with building anything out that way. Do I care? Not particularly. And the moon pool hatch is right here, so it doesn't even really matter. Anyway, that's all going to be shrub nuts. That is 1 ion alien-powered battery to make us the coolest kid on the block. And where do I get the headlamp? Down in tools, maybe? No, equipment? There we go.
The headlamp comes with an advanced weather-resistant strap that can withstand volcanic heat or an ice age blizzard. A perpetual, hands-free light source in even the darkest environments.
How does it work? It's just in our inventory. Ooh. And I just put it on my head and it just works? Oh, it doesn't even seem to be limited. I can take it on and off, but okay. And I can use it with tools, so that's going to be great for cave diving, for wreck diving. Oh, look at that. It looks like we're wearing it even when we're inside a craft. Which means that we actually don't even need to use our regular lights, at least not to that extent. Obviously, the craft is a lot more powerful. But let's grab the prawn. It probably needs to be charged itself, but we're going on a little field trip. I love taking a moment to just do some home improvement. Or in this case, literally doubling its size on a whim. We're ready to go? I want to go back to where Marguerite set up shop, because we haven't learned more about her in a little while, and after everything we discovered last time, I am more curious than ever what her role in this is. I wonder if it provided her with any sense of safety, setting up shop in those crevices beneath this huge anchored creature.
Warning. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Oh, I see. It replaces the rebreather. Okay. Well, that may not matter where we're going. It is a bit of a trade-off. But we've got the prawn. Gotta see if there's more to this place. Last time I was quite limited in what I could handle. Not so now.
Didn't I tell you to stay away?
From what? I don't even know who you are.
Marguerite Maida's the name. You're on my turf.
Great. Can I come in and warm up?
What part of go away do you not understand, Altera?
I'm not with Altera.
Do we take her silence as contemplation, or as getting ready to do what she needs to, as she's done before? Okay. Ooh, spy pangling. Huh, could we have gotten this earlier? I guess we could have. Well, in any case, we have what we need now. We've got to build one of these things before we return. Water filtration suit reclaims moisture from the body and provides clean, drinkable water. Yes, please. Wait, what does that take to build? Hang on. Synthetic fibers, aerogel, and copper wire. Okay, we're doing that first thing when we get back up, but... we followed you back. You've been here the whole time. We just haven't had the means. Deeper we go. Not so many prying eyes down here. You don't exactly strike me as the social type. Oh hey, it's these purple crystals from before. lot of directions we can go, but deeper has always been the way to go about things in the past. What is this? Quartz. Well, we still need more. Okay, I thought we were gonna get just a little bit more. I wasn't expecting a whole thing.
Proceed with caution. A Leviathan-class creature is near.
No way. I knew you had taken on a Leviathan at some point. Oh, there's some natural magnetite. I did not think you crazy enough just yet to use something like that as a natural predator for anything coming in. Something that you don't even consider a threat? Well, we got the propulsion cannon. Maybe it would be better to go back and make ourselves some defenses first? Oh, you're still here. For a second, I thought you were... maybe a dead one. What are you? That looked like an eel or something, like each portion of its body moving independently. Things that slither in the deep, great. Huge concentration of rock grubs as well. We're all the way down there. Actually, the prawn in its current state may not even be up to it. My only hope is to stay in amid this stuff. I want to scan if you so badly. Look at that. You've got like a glowing mouth on your underside! So, to all the people who said this game isn't that scary... Wait, while you're there... Oh, this is so foolish. Okay, no, you're gonna swim away. You're trying to reposition so you can get at me. Oh, there's something over there. Torpedo arm. I may actually have to build that in this one. There were so many things that didn't really strike me as useful in the original Subnautica. That may not be the case here. Actually, is that kyanite? It is. Okay, we can use that for some of the most advanced constructions in the game. Kyanite is a blue silicate mineral which forms under high temperature, high pressure conditions. It is resistant to heat up to 1100 degrees Celsius and is thermoelectric, making it a valuable component of thermal power plants. Well, thermal power plants aren't a valuable component of my life right now. We are also starting to get pretty low on inventory space even with all of this. Should I call it quits? I've always made an effort to just see how far I can get. So that's what we're doing. We can only make it another 120 meters or so. But there's also plenty of cover to keep away from this thing. Then again, this thing is plenty large enough to fit through here. And something tells me depth isn't going to be an issue for it. Let's just stay to the side as much as possible. Keep in these narrow crevices. That's how we make it. Moving cover to cover. Of course, every meter I travel is another meter I have to get back. Okay, we already have that, so let's not even worry about it. I'm more maneuverable on my own. I can see more fragments glowing in the deep. Okay. Getting as far as we can means getting the prawn as deep as we can, and then getting out. This cave is deep and dark and not the easiest to navigate in, because remember, we still have to get back. Alright, the less valuable titanium fills this inventory. Oh, we still gotta take out that creature egg. We need to build an aquarium. This is the downside to not playing for a few days. But any discovery we can surface with is something we can use to better prepare ourselves in the future. Ooh, you're a triops. From a certain angle, I thought you were a new species. Dive, dive, dive as rapidly as we can. There's another piece floating. Another torpedo arm. There we go. Of course, what I'd really like is the grapple arm. The propulsion cannon might actually serve us better. I also don't have very much water. Let's go. We are at precisely crush depth, and the game does not like that. So let's leave you here at 696 meters. And see what we can do. Things are so quiet and barren down here. What is this? That's a creature egg. I'm making a mistake, aren't I? But I'm so curious, I have to know. Polycage. The polycage plant exhibits bioluminescence caused by the chemical reaction between a light-emitting molecule and a particular enzyme. There's a whole lot of mineral deposits, but it doesn't seem like there's really anything else down here. So more lateral travel at this depth may be in order. And hey, if we're lucky, maybe this also comes out somewhere else? These bladderfish really do live just anywhere.
Environment are confusing my senses, and yet I feel certain there is something important below. A facility or a body component. Perhaps both. I cannot tell.
Can you show me where? We do still have more artifacts to find. Said it was below. That's pretty below. That is pretty below. But once again, it doesn't seem to actually contain anything useful to me. Really, I'll tell you what I think. I think we need to get the sea truck down here. Oh, this is something new. Look at these crystals. They're all angular. And glowing red. I thought this was something volcanic at first, but no, it seems to be emitting from the crystals themselves. Eclipse plant. Wow, I can't escape that pink sun anywhere, huh? This distinctive, vibrant plant is often found growing out of a green crystal outcropping that appears to be similar to jade. I don't know where you got green from. Dude, my base is in, like, the perfect spot. Like, it is so close to virtually everything I could want to access, including the entrance to all this. But navigating down here is difficult enough in its own right, and it may be worth building another temporary base here. In fact, I have everything. I may even want to do that right now. Alright, blowing past our depth record. But once more, nothing on the floor. I stand corrected. Now, I believe it was a mechanic in the first game that we actually move slower at deeper depths, and I'm really starting to feel it, I think. With only 84 seconds to get back, I actually don't feel very confident, but... Another one. These things worm their way through these caves. That's their habitat. This, I bet, is where they come from. The one up high was an outlier. Oh god, I really hope I can make it back. Alright, let's try and climb as fast as possible. Hopefully we'll gain a little bit of speed doing that. We can scan this formation. Excellent. Large red barrel. This is why you push a little further, because you learn enough to go back to base and come up with some new adaptation. That's if we make it back to base. Oh, it just never gets old. It never gets old discovering new creatures and biomes. And new ways to tackle those biomes. Alright, what have we added to our databank? Red beryl is an extremely rare mineral. These crystal formations are abnormally large and suggest a very specific geochemical environment. In order for these crystals to form, the surrounding water must be rich with beryllium. The environment must be very hot, between 300 and 650 degrees Celsius, and there must be surface fractures or cavities for the distinct formations to emerge. Can't tackle this until we've got more. But we'll make a note of it. In the meantime, what do we have in terms of resources for building? Not a lot. I'm not seeing any vents which would make the geothermal plant actually useful here. So that's a shame. Real estate is all about location, location, location. And you want any base to be a jumping off point for anything you could want to do in the area, as well as a means of anchoring your navigation. So we're going to build a multi-purpose room. If I can, right around here, if it can stop clipping into me for a second. Right here should be fine. The issue is, how are we going to power all of this? I don't suppose solar panels would be very helpful right about now. Put a hatch right here, and now we can climb aboard.
Emergency power only.
But it doesn't really help us any.
Offline.
Wait. Why do we no longer have... Okay, there we go. We could get a bioreactor. That could work. Nuclear reactor is actually kind of easier here. Alright, well, you know what? I can't really afford to spend a whole lot of time here. So I'm just going to take all the kyanite I can and start heading out. I can't even so much as build a beacon. But I can just save this for later. The plan is sound. Back that way is patience. That will serve as our guide. Oh, you don't sound happy? Actually, it has been a while since I've last tried to come down here, and I've got to ask the question. Is it actually better that we keep coming here in trips? I wonder if it would impress her that I keep showing up with bigger and better equipment each time, you know? Showing determination, showing that I'm not just coming in here with everything already provided for me. That's got to be good evidence that I'm not with Altera, right? I mean, from what she's said, there's a communication barrier, but we seem to be on the same side. Just gotta find out what her deal is. I also don't want to ignore the alien artifact over in that direction. Of course, who knows how much rock is between us and it. Nope, 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 no! Get out of here, you! Get out of here, you! Yeah, you bleed. Choke on me, God. Unfortunately, I don't think those things are going to be like orcas and learn that prawn's not food. It actually did quite a bit of damage, like 20-something points. But I suppose that's better than just swallowing us whole. Oh, look at this. I didn't even see this on my way down. We are not done exploring yet. You've got a whole base here. And a multi-purpose room. What do you call these things, actually? They had a name. The large room. This is what I would have liked to have had for farming. Mine now. Look at that. Ah, you were working on some nifty stuff in there, but you, believe it or not, have the coziest looking base I've ever seen in these games. Manuel's bed's got nothing on this. Let's just save ourselves up and get inside. We are very time limited though. You've even got a moon pool. Is there a vehicle in here? The customized prawn suit. The standard issue Mark III prawn has been manually altered by its owner, exchanging one of its hot-swappable work arms for the mandible of a young chelicerate. Given the range of available high-tech prawn modifications in the non-classified Altera fabrication suite, these customizations appear to be more of a stylistic choice than a functional one. However, the sharp claw arm could certainly be used effectively in defensive scenarios by an experienced pilot. The custom suit also appears to have heavy use over a long period of time, judging by the barnacle overgrowth and permanently damaged sections of exoskeleton. Assessment. The owner doesn't want you messing around. Yeah, I definitely got that impression. They're dying of dehydration. Oh! Oh my god!
I told you to stay off my land.
You trained that thing?
Next time I'll let him tear you to ribbons, Altera.
I'm not with Altera. I'm Robin Ayu. I'm looking for information about my sister Sam. I think you might have crossed paths.
Bull crap. I suggest you take the time you need to come to your senses and then get off my sea base. If you're not Altera, why don't you disable that damn tracking satellite tower instead of barging into my sea base? Maybe once Altera's off my back, I'll remember something about your sister. There's some junk on that table that might help. I couldn't get it to work.
Look at you. You know, they are kinda cute when they're not viciously mauling you. Snowfox fragment, test override module fragment. Okay, after everything we've been through, I think a little quid pro quo is not out of the question. Nothing to read about it, though.
Now I just need to build the test override module, then I can disable that satellite tower.
Okay. You're not gonna let me get close, are you? You know what? That's fine.
That far out to sea, swimming back for land wasn't an option. I'd die from exhaustion long before I made it to shore. All I could do was survive long enough to wash up somewhere. I felt a suction, and suddenly, there were vast jaws rising out of the water towards me. It had taken hours for the Reaper's corpse to float to the surface. Using the knife, I clambered up her flank and got a perch on top. I figured she'd float for a few days at least, enough for me to catch my breath. But would she sink before or after I died of thirst? I had a knife, a repair tool, and 3 liters of water. At least I wasn't gonna die of exhaustion. Now, those reapers, they're practically all muscle, but there's some fat in there. I was able to keep warm and drink the water. And I didn't have much, but I had that repair tool, so I had a spark. It took a week to light that first fire. And I know more about the burning properties of reaper fat than I ever cared to. I had to ration fires, but as they burned, I could smoke meat that I carved out of the beast's rib cage.
I feel like you're basically what happens to anybody who continued playing for a long time after the end of the first game. Alright, but we really need to get back to base. In fact, I think I'm probably just gonna kind of leave the prawn where it lands and take this thing back, because we don't have a lot of time. Go, go, go.
Seek fluid intake.
Yep, there we go. We're taking damage now. Now I kind of wish I did build a hatch over in the shrub nut room. Let's get in there and build ourselves up.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's get ready to run. Oops, wrong way. I mean, actually, I probably could have gotten water from in there, but never mind. You're... Alright. Bank our kyanite. And... Yep. Only one so far. But that's fine. That keeps us alive long enough to get some actual water. Water is such a struggle in this game. The filtration suit is definitely something we want. Thank you. Although we are at the point where our options have increased by quite a lot, aren't we? Because we also have these water purification tablets to try out. Actually, let's climb up onto the island right now, why don't we? Huh. I actually haven't tried to enter from the sloped land right here. I hadn't even realized you guys were hanging out right above me. Pick up a couple of snowballs and jump right back down to the awesome base you guys don't even know is here. Oh, that looks so cool. Actually, wait, I think we can remove UI elements, yes, by pressing F6. This was a thing back before. Combine with a snowball to create drinkable water. Okay, but how do I... Oh, you just click on it and it works. Oh, and it actually counts as the large filter. How do I make more of these purification tablets then? Where were they? Frost-based plant and salt deposits. We have something to do with that excess salt. We can actually be more than fine on this stuff. Let's put a gel sack seed in there. If we harvest a gel sack, we can use that to make some more aerogel. Just make sure all of that is here. We don't need this ribbon plant seed. Then we should have all we need using the synthetic fibers we got from the island to make ourselves the filtration suit. So there you go. I don't know if the crafting is easier in this or if I'm just being more proactive or what, but either way, fast progress. Go. And now I don't know if that means we occasionally get another bottle of water or if we just lower it at a less substantial rate. But either way, it's all good to have. The prawn is overdue for a very well-deserved recharge. Meanwhile, we should probably try and get that stuff out of its back, including the creature egg. I would actually like to build an aquarium in this moment, and I think this storage tower is actually the perfect place to do it. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of free space otherwise. Ooh, the sea truck dock, actually part of the base. High power and structure requirements. Well, we've got the nuclear reactor. We could put in more rods, and it would be more convenient than doing the charge shuffle. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. But where is that? Do we not have the ability to build the aquarium? Oh wait, no, this is just like a regular aquarium. This isn't like a whole structure. Do we not have the ability to build that at this point? I don't remember if that had to be a scannable before. Tell you what then, what is the purpose of the control room? Let's just build one of these guys and see what it has to say.
In the control room, you can change base lighting and colors, rename your base, and see information about power and structural integrity. But not the integrity of societal power structures.
Very insightful, thank you. I don't know if that's worth it. Okay, we'll build you over here, I guess. I'll be honest, I'm not so sure about keeping this long term. Oh, look at that. We've got some reclaimed water. We get plus H2O, but minus food. Right, well, that's an issue. I mean, these things are great for filling up when we get back, but they don't really provide much in the way of, like, sustainable, carryable material. Welcome back once again to Subnautica Below Zero. In this episode, we start with the simple goal of bringing as much quartz as possible back to our Arctic base to power a fabricator, find tons out of great fortune, and then proceed to lose it all on semi-worthless home improvement projects. But it looks cool.
Welcome aboard,
An
Captain.
energy signature of some strength. I am not sure what it is for.
Go ahead and share it. Can't hurt.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Sure, just tell it to get in line. I believe that's actually right down where we were before. But anyway, if we use some of this quartz to make one more piece of glass, then that should be all we need to build the sea truck dock, yes. And where are we putting this thing? From the shape of it in the description, it looks like it may be a little bit awkward to attach. Let's see if I can figure out how we even attach it. Oh, it just juts out straight like that. That might make things a little tough. Right there, it's actually sort of in the way of my room. I want to keep that view preserved. Tell you what, how much does this jut out over the abyss? And to that extent, how much do we want it to jut out? No? Let's try that. Oh, look at that! It's actually just a little Hess truck container for us to drive it straight into. That is so cool! Alright, it's like an underwater dock. I gotta wonder then, will the prawn charge if the sea truck is in there? If so, the moon pool becomes kind of obsolete, doesn't it? Okay. So what we do then is, let's get our repairs in. Now, with the prawn attached, we should be able to come right this way and see how this works. We are really starting to turn this into Sea Lab. They really understand that the childish joy of taking one thing and putting it together with another thing until it's all modular and awesome is such a huge source of fun. If it'll actually let me through. Okay, we need some head clearance here. Look at that. It acts as an airlock. It separates the module train and then leaves the front of the truck itself. This is so awesome. Look at this. Ooh, and we can change it all from here. Look, we can see a little camera view showing the back of the module. I truly love Subnautica. Literally my childhood dream game. Oh, look at you. You're carrying one of those. Oh. Do you want to trade? Okay, here, you can have this one. Meanwhile, I'll grab one of these. That's the first time we've actually accepted a gift from a sea monkey, and actually it didn't seem to find that quartz in the environment. It just sort of, you know, grabbed stuff from, like, thin air. Oh, and if our inventory is full, as soon as it's free, I guess we'll get the reclaimed water. It'll send us a message. That's good, because water has kind of always been our limiting factor, and now we're going to get little boosts as we go. We now have all we need to build the spy pangling.
Without spy penguins, scientists may have never discovered that penguins incubate their eggs in small cave burrows, often alongside thermal lily roots.
That is potentially useful information. And it makes a lot more sense than you pulling this stuff out of nowhere like in the first one. But we also can't forget our spy pangling remote. There we go. In fact, we can probably replace you with number 1. And let's go test it out, shall we? We're continuing the proud tradition of never doing in an episode what I initially set out to do. But there is a cave upstairs we can look at. Hey, you guys. What do you think of this thing? Pangili.
Stealth mode activated.
Wait, E to exit. Hold Q to self-destruct? Meanwhile, on the top left, look. Infiltration value, companionship level. If we just hang out for a while, we can actually sort of research them. That is so... that is so funny. Oh yeah, we have climbed the social ladder now. Come on, somebody come feed me. Even though I'm literally standing right here. But I don't think there's anything we actually need to do here. Oh look, we can even see ourselves. Doop, boop, 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 boop. Kind of hard to know my orientation, though. I gotta remember, this is tank controls. Yeah. Until next mission, indeed, Pangili. Alright, down here. We need to warm up together. Huh, I guess I dropped some stuff I didn't need before. Right here. Alright, little guy. Just get in there and tell me what you see. Some diamonds well out of their element. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised you guys haven't done this yourselves, but look at that. We can use that to access resource caches. And it doesn't take up so much space either. Can you get it? Oh, your inventory is full. Right, we can see that on the bottom right. Alright, bring those valuable diamonds back to Mama. Can you interact with these at all, or do they just show you? Yeah, they just show you where this stuff is.
See you later.
Being only 2 keys away, it's very important that we press E. Now we can open your storage, take your stuff, and pick you up. Actually, you only take up 1 slot. That's awesome. We have so much water now, it's ridiculous. And I would like to build the snow fox. but apparently all that requires a blueprint that I have not picked up. Now, let's have a look at this control room. We can see the time, structural integrity, power status, and we can see that it's more or less balanced just a little bit in our favor, but anything else will kind of screw us up. Ooh, look at this. We can actually look at each of our structures individually, and we can see how they affect us. So it's kind of more like a strategic view, like we were playing a Tycoon game. I question the usefulness of this because it doesn't really give us, besides the clock, any information that we didn't have otherwise. But hey, it's cool to have. Now we have a cool view because of it. Alright. Now, if we climb into the sea truck, initiate ejection sequence. And we're out. And now we have a better idea of what level we should be traveling in there at. Okay, I need to pay a quick visit to Marguerite, and maybe we'll see about going after this artifact while we're in the neighborhood. We can use these things right here as markers that show us the way to Marguerite's base. Yo, Marge, I just realized I forgot to take that thing. Sea Truck Perimeter Defense Upgrade?
New technology acquired.
I thought it was that module we needed for turning off the radar or communications beacon. Well, we have that now. And you're not gonna let us go say hi. You're very protective, huh? How did she get you down here? Must have had you from a cub. So this is it, huh? Your Balrog. Unfortunately, it won't let us get a scan. Is that leather? It's skin? Somehow, of all the bases we've seen, this one feels the most appropriate. Also, this looks like a piece of alien technology. Some kind of tablet. Are you maybe able to read it somehow? You must have been here a long time, right? Oh, hey, it just gave us more free water. Look at that. Let's see, now I'm thinking, down in the caves, I'm not able to get near any of these artifacts. But what if I try ascending in the wrong direction? That could potentially get me someplace. I just wonder where I'll come out. Things like this. This is the kind of mapping that helps us. That's the skeleton that we scanned earlier. Meaning there's actually a base not too far from here. Okay, I know where we are. Yes, it's that craft that crashed over the canyon. The base actually does have its own beacon now in the form of the control room. So I'm thinking we may as well leave one over here. I said in the beginning of the series that we need to start placing them everywhere so that we have some idea of general direction. This will be how we do that.
Calorie intake recommended.
just hopped the shelf over from the sea truck. Yeah, there are others! I've been so focused on what was underneath the first one, I didn't even bother to look for more. Alright, well, we're going on another dive then. Look at you, you may be even larger than the first one. I wonder if you actually notice me, or if being in this state is like being asleep. God, just being able to look at some of the things we see in this game and being like, that is a living creature. I wonder if some of them even predate humanity's ability to travel through space.
This site is one of some significance. Its data will assist us on our quest.
Well, I hope so. I came 600 meters down for it. We didn't learn anything. I mean, I can grab some of these ion cubes, which I am just going to start taking. After all, we could start selling infinite headlamps. Considering this episode started with me almost dying of thirst, it's kind of weird that right now my inventory is limited because I'm just weighed down by all this water I've got. But it's certainly not a bad problem to have, and as always, we are just making progress. Nope, you get out of here, you. I have no desire to deal with you. The prawn makes everything so much safer. Oh, what, you're not even gonna try and eat that hypnotic jerk? Just look at the approach to this base now. These extensions are worth it for this alone. But tell you what, I think the prawn needs a little bit of alone time. I have some things I want to do with it. Oh, right after we insert our new upgrade to the sea truck. We don't have any others right now, so we might as well put it in there. There you go. And now we are extra protected.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now, I want to give this thing a color that feels right, and a deeper, darker blue than Patience seems a little bit more fitting. Of course, we're going to want to give it, perhaps a dark red stripe. I don't know, something that stands out. I actually would like a deep, dark red interior that lets us know that we are ready for combat. And, of course, now it's time to name it. And given who I was chasing down to get it in the first place, I can't think of a better name than Marge. And after all, for a piece of heavy equipment like this, it certainly makes it feel like a workhorse. Which is kind of funny, considering we named the sea truck after Patience. Look at you staring in like that. The prawn suit now has the propulsion cannon. And it is looking ready for war. Oh man, I am so excited. Patience, have you moved? Patience, that's not the angle you were looking in at before. What happened? Hang on, we need to investigate this. Yeah, but am I the captain? I don't know what's scarier, the idea that something slithered up here from the deep and moved you, or the idea that you moved yourself. Oh wow, there's an incentive to name the base. It just says base on the side otherwise. Wow. I actually have no idea which, if any, of these artifacts I've already found. Mainly because I put a couple of them back on when I switched off the beacons earlier, but either way, this is probably our best bet at finding that glacier again. God, those guys are jerks. At least we have the defense module now. I'm just not sure if I actually have to personally activate it or if it's automatic. In any case, we'll see what this is about and hopefully find ourselves closer to where we're heading. Alright, yeah, I know which one that is. So the next step would not be back towards base. But right here, we are under an ice sheet after all. Now the problem is finding how to enter that space. There is an alien tether spotted going up onto this glacier or ice flow. Wonder where that'll take us. The snowstorms kind of keep you from cheating and just looking off into the distance, if you can call that cheating. Let's see what we can see. Which isn't much, because it also turns the ladder black. What's all this? We are definitely traveling all over in this part. And I kind of like that about this game compared to the first one. I like how there's sort of more to do and see, but it does so without the need for like teleports or huge chains of, chains of infrastructure. What is going on over there? Oh, you're one of those jellies come to the surface. Oh. That must mean we're getting close. Because you guys like to hang out to the entrance we're looking for. If we come on land, I wonder if we'll be able to spot that bridge. Yes. Yes, 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 we're in the right place. And I don't remember if I'd even spotted the beacon there. Okay. We are going to place our beacon basically right here then. And we are going to name this one Leviathan, because that's where that huge Hulk can be found. Wonder if we can do anything with this stuff. Ooh, there's a PDA.
Zeta, I have kind of a funny question for you. Have you picked up any kind of unusual interference during any of your robotics work?
You mean like Parvin looking over my shoulder and telling me I'm assembling my circuits wrong because it's not how his dad did it back in the day?
No. Like electrical interference in the audio or video. Any kind of flickering or clicking.
Huh, can't say that I have. Why?
Oh, so it doesn't extend as far as the bay.
What doesn't?
When Fred was bringing me for my eval, we detected something. Almost like an SOS.
At Delta? How retro. What was causing it?
I think architects are trying to communicate with us.
You always think that.
Look, it may be my job to always think that, but I'm very good at my job. Not that HR seems to care.
I won't breathe a word of this to Emmanuel.
Thanks. You're a good friend.
Okay, I would really like to have the Snow Fox right about now. This looks like a good spot to get Marge on land, which means we can come over and explore a bit. I want to get up there. Maybe the entrance is through that cave. Wait, no. No. I think that's the cave we entered last time. So that means getting up here, there must be another way, yes. Right, I'd forgotten we have that propulsion cannon. You can just barely squeeze under that. Huh. We actually need the bridge to not be out to get over that way, so that's a bit of a pickle. Water. Bit of a joke at this point, huh?
There is something of significance beyond this bridge. It was important to Volterra, but more important to me.
Will it help us build you a body?
I believe so, yes.
Let's hope. What is this? Ruptured hydraulic fluid. Which we can now make. Oh, it requires hydraulic fluid for operation. Alright, well, that just gives us even more reason to finish up our Arctic base. Come on, Marge. Oh, just look at this game, you guys. Just look at this game. Yep, cowabunga! The beacon we put up near the surface shows us the way to that landing. But you guys show us the way to the alternate place, and you know what, honestly? At this stage, I'm kind of thinking I don't need a base over there. I'm still gonna go there to check out the pangolin stuff, but it would probably be better served at the landing, right? I really like the way the light is falling on this thing. Oh, never mind. Anyways, you've got power now. But I think this will just be kind of a place to hang out for a little bit.
Welcome aboard,
Good to be in the
Captain.
light. We brought enough quartz that, yeah, we could give you a fabricator. Couldn't hurt. Up here is the place for a headlamp to shine. These guys didn't care for lights, bright lights. I'm not really gonna mess with that, though. You know what? Forget it. It's just a light source as far as I'm concerned. And apparently as far as it's concerned. Alright, little penguin, do your thing. Get in there, you. There's a light post that's been knocked over. And a whole little base. If there is some quartz here, wow, we could have used all of that last episode. And a PDA on that table. Yes, give it to me. I can't press tab to view from here. Huh, I try to right click and it's saying can't.
Stakeout begins.
Oh, huh, look at that. You can go into selfie mode. That's kind of cool. But there's only so much distance we can get from you. Okay, we need to exit you. Come on. Come on. Thank you. That's why I got a couple of these things. The problem that I'm running into is that my inventory is being spammed with too much water. That is absolutely hilarious. I should have all I need now, though. We're gonna build our true temp base right here on shore. Let's just place you as low to the ground as we can get you, which is not gonna be all that low, it seems. There we are. And hopefully we can get a nice hatch going right there, right above our head. Yep, straight into the bushes. Maybe we'll put it somewhere else. You know, maybe, just maybe we'll put it somewhere else. Like over... Yeah, here looks good. Now, we actually do have all the quartz we need this time, so we can go for a solar panel right away after we get some more titanium. Let's just put this solar panel right here on the roof, where it will no doubt be of tremendous use at the current moment. Well, in just a few moments. And we can enter our new kingdom.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And make ourselves at home. I didn't even see these things here, but it's certainly useful. Yep, as the sun rises, we should have all the power we need. We don't need anything fancy like at the other base. We only need enough to keep us going. We have all kinds of quartz stored in Marge. Let's just get ourselves a nice little viewport, make this place at least a little bit cozy. And now all we need to do is figure out how to make some of that hydraulic fluid to get that bridge extended. I have a feeling that there are massive, massive discoveries waiting to be found there. And we're gonna have to travel a little bit to get at them. I know that sometimes we have to do an episode that's a lot of building, a lot of infrastructure, but it's all lessons learned from the last one, because it's really, really painful to get right up until the end, and then realizing that all your stuff is centralized, that you don't have anything you need anywhere. So that's why this has been kind of a rolling project, but I think we're better off for it, and I think we're saving a lot of time as a result. You know, I am curious now, can we unleash the spy penguin right here? Oh, it won't let us put him down on the base, that's sad. I mean, imagine just having it totter around like a Roomba? A Roomba with tank treads? Oh, this thing is gonna sell itself. If only Sam were here to see this. So, I'm on my way back to base, and I've just had a little bit of a massive revelation. I've been thinking, since the first time we met her, where do I know Marguerite's voice actress from? It sounds so familiar, and so just now I alt-tabbed out, and I went on IMDb, and I was surprised to find she has a credit in Subnautica 1. And I was like, who was that? And I was racking my brain, and I realized Marguerite was the mercenary who was accompanying the Degassi expedition. I don't know if she's talking about the same one, if that's the one, but she actually managed to kill a Reaper Leviathan then as well. It actually led to the downfall of that base. We have been dealing with a living legend, somebody who's actually been here since before the survivor in the first game. That is absolutely insane, and I can't even call that fan service. It's just cool. It is just so friggin' cool how it means nothing to our character, and so the game doesn't really acknowledge it. But if you remember, you realize how insane it is that she's even here. Also, if we're being honest, it's one reason why it's kind of a good thing that I haven't seen any comments yet. At the time of this recording, it's actually only a few hours until part 1 comes out, just to give you guys a little bit of reference. And except for a handful of patron comments on the first video, I haven't seen anything, so that was left for me to find out. It was right in front of me all along, I just couldn't place where. Alright, I'm gonna use this to see if the prawn will recharge. And meanwhile, I have got to go grab some gel. We need this and seed clusters in order to make that hydraulic fluid. Okay, we've already got you. Can we swim into the tube and see how you're doing? Yes, and it looks kind of like you probably are charging. No, I don't believe you are. But that's alright, you're still pretty high up. Okay, so in times like this, it would actually be better to enter you directly and take you over to the other thing. I actually need to bring this all down right now. Wait, I can enter from here and enter directly. That's neat. Alright, but we need to go out This will never not feel awesome. Let's go get some additional gel. Actually, the best way to do that would probably be to make our way to that alternate exit. There's another fragment. Potentially something useful, perhaps? Docking module. Oh, I swear I am never ever going to find the fabricator module. Sleeper module? I hadn't even heard of this. 1 out of 3. It seems like a lot of modules are in this area. I did some searching earlier in the series, but I couldn't find anything. New ones are still turning up. Hey guys. Subnautica party. Just felt like I hadn't mentioned that for a while. Should probably bring it up. I had like passingly looked at this biome before, but it's crazy just how much of it there really is. Like I had never really traveled through it like this before. Trips over to Leviathan base are still gonna make for a lot more scenery that I'm just not used to. You settled into a routine with stuff like this, and then it's broken when you start making expeditions out to somewhere new. For a map that isn't actually all that big, especially compared to the first game, it's incredible how much variety there is. How much things are able to change throughout the course of your playthrough, which actually goes on for a decently long time. I mean, I've got to have like close to 20 hours at this point, although I'm probably going to be cutting a lot. Here we should be able to climb on board and make that hydraulic fluid. Well, right after we actually build ourselves a locker first, so that can go right over here besides the fabricator. Being able to have more storage on the road is also a huge, huge help. And we should be able to build that advanced material. Excellent. And I brought a gel seed just in case we end up needing it. Now. Honestly, one of the most time-saving proactive measures you can take in this game is taking something that doesn't grow somewhere and growing it someplace else. Because that saves you a whole lot of back and forth. There we go. Extend. We're in business. And in the event that something decided to pursue us, we could also retract this. Okay, we need to warm ourselves up. We could take a flare. But the geysers...
Something happens to the northeast. It would be worth investigating. But be careful.
Of what?
I recall ravenous creatures tunneling beneath the ice.
Tunneling beneath the ice? We've got some ice-based threats, and from the look of what we found in the other part of the base, something may have survived. Something ancient. Well, as much as I can't wait to see what horrors are out here, I am cold and I am out of time, so that will have to wait until next time.
Hypothermia imminent.
Okay, one thread at a time. And until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, the link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. And honestly, I don't even know what to say to the people who said that this game isn't scary. I'm probably going to stay in here for quite a while longer.